What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Trout Wrangler Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Garrity. That guy back there is our show's vibes curator, Mr. Maverick, Mr. Ricky, the Boston Terrier. You know what it is. But we have a super fun podcast today. We have a repeat guest, Mr. Tripp Nazziola with Flylords. He gets to kind of shine a light on what he does every day and what he does within Flylords. A little bit more about what Flylords does. And if you don't know about Flylords, freaking awesome company. They do some really cool stuff. But before we get into the podcast, just want to thank our show's partners. We have a Fueta Coffee, Free Fly Apparel, Trout Routes, and if you want a free month of Trout Routes Pro, check out the show notes, and you can get you a free month of Trout Routes. But Trout Routes and Yeti coolers. So until Tripp comes on, we have our interview with Tripp Nazziola up next. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Trout Wrangler Podcast. We have a returning guest, Paisan of the show, Tripp Nazziola, the Italian Stallion. For listeners who may not know you yet, can you introduce yourself a little bit and what your background is in fly fishing?
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me on again. It's a pretty fun first episode, so I'm looking forward to this one. My name's Tripp Nazziola. I kind of do a little bit of everything. My main job is an account manager for Flylords, so I run the social medias. If you are shooting us DMs, leaving funny comments, I'm the guy responding to them. I kind of had an interesting intro into the fly fishing, I guess, industry. I didn't really plan any of it. Kind of got into fly fishing a little more seriously when I first arrived in college up at App State, which obviously you're familiar with. But for those that aren't, it's in Boone, North Carolina. It's kind of the western part of the state. My first kind of intro into the scene was I started up the fly fishing club at App State and started over a couple cases of beer in the Fenmore apartment complex, formed the Constitution that night, and the club started. It was mostly just a couple of guys hanging out at first. Then it really took off. From there, a new shop opened up in town called 828 Flies. Went in there, nagged Brian, the guy that was the manager at the time. Shout out Brian. Nagged him pretty much every day. I'm like, when can I start working here? Like, I got to get a job in a shop. And he finally said yes. From there, started working in the shop, started guiding, worked there for about 3 years. And during this whole time, I was going to App State for a degree in digital marketing. So kind of the media stuff, social media is just a broad digital marketing degree. And during all this, as I was in the App State Fly Club, I one day saw that the Trout Unlimited Five Rivers program had posted I think it was an email or something that said Flylords is looking for an intern for social media purposes. I thought it was pretty cool. I had obviously been following Flylords for quite some time at that point, and also they had at that time had just wrapped up fly shop tour in the southeast with 239 Flies, which is the sister shop to 828 Flies. So already knew a little bit of Flylords, what they do, their series. So yeah, applied for the internship. Funny story, I got the interview, didn't hear back for like 2 months. I was like, damn, I did not get that job. And I was sitting on a beach in the Outer Banks with my girlfriend and her family, and I got an email, and they're like, "Can you start next week?" And I was like, "Sure, let's do it." And took the internship. Admittedly, I was kind of salty when I first started the internship because every year we post the top college fly fishing towns, and App State was not on that list the year prior. And so I think it was pretty much my first or second day, I was like, who is responsible for making this list? And they're like, that's your job now, buddy. Like, you're the one that gets to
Who
make
was
the list.
responsible for making that list, dude? Because I remember one of them was like absolutely egregious.
They, so I'll give you a little bit of like back insight here. Sometimes they're purposely, we might leave off a college or two that's going to piss a lot of people off and stir some comments up. Um, Previously, it was kind of fell under Nelson Oxley's wheelhouse, and I was his intern. So we worked on, I think, a list or two together. The last one was pretty much all me. So obviously, App State's in the top 5. I'll defend that to the
It should
grave.
be. It should
Yeah,
be.
dude, it should be. Like the amount of like fly fishing history that is within that town, the amount of like the outfitters are all great, the shops are great, the guides are great, the fly club was bumping. That's a big like I guess criteria that we have for that list is like, does
Yeah.
your college have a good fly fishing club? Are they active? Are they out doing river cleanups? Stuff like that. So like you might have some colleges in Montana or Colorado that people would say, oh, they're way better for fly fishing. Well, they don't really, their student body doesn't
Yeah.
really do much.
I don't have
So,
a
like,
club.
yeah. So, I'll get off this side tangent. But yes, I'm now responsible for those lists. And yeah, it's been a little over 2 years since I started with Flylords now. No longer an intern here full time. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into the whole outdoor media space.
Dude, it has been insane to watch. Like we've all probably people that like really followed Flylords from like the ground up, like watches it, and it's insane how big it is now.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
like
crazy.
I remember when they like first launched that whole Instagram page and stuff like that and the site, and it just freaking dude, it's grown into like an absolute beast now
It's
from what
yeah,
it was.
it's ridiculous to see how much it's grown in just the 2 years that I've been here with the company and where we're going, the amount of projects that we're working on that I never thought I would ever work on a project like that. Later in the podcast, like I'll tell you a couple that like you'll be like, what the hell? It's
Dude,
it's pretty insane.
the last one that you guys did, I think I slid up on your Instagram story that day. I was like, that is a freaking big one.
Yeah, that one was a huge one. That one definitely stirred up some waves in the industry for sure.
Oh
But
yeah, dude.
we're excited for that one for sure.
The waders, dude. Have you tried on the waders yet?
I
The
haven't
Sitka waders.
personally, I have not personally tried any of the new Sitka fish stuff. It from what I've heard, the guys on the team all like it. Our editor in chief, Max and Chelsea, he likes the waders. Wills, which you've seen in Flash Up Tour, he said he likes them. I personally don't need new waders right now, but in
I
the
don't
future,
either.
if I do, I might consider them over, other brands such as Sims or
Yeah,
whatnot. But we'll see.
dude,
I'm
like
excited.
that it's pretty crazy. I saw them kind of like staying on that hunting side, and then you posted that. I was like, oh, dude, that's a rather large rumble in the industry right there.
Yeah, that one, and they put a lot of thought in, like, there was a ton of planning and a lot of time behind that. Like, it wasn't a split-second decision. Obviously, we helped
Yeah,
with a lot of filming the launch for it, the pictures, all this stuff. So we knew about it for quite some time. And I believe they really did listen to what people are asking in the fly fishing industry as far as like apparel, clothing, waders, stuff like that.
yeah,
Like, they did take the anglers into mind. The price tag is obviously a Sitka price tag, which
yeah.
everybody's
It's
going
gonna
to
be there.
expect. It's going to be there, but I'm excited to see what they do. I have quite a bit of their hunting clothing, so I think
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty good.
Dude, it's one of those things. It's like if their customer service and like that stuff like that is as good as it is on like all my buddies. I don't have Sika waders. I think I wear all Walmart or like Academy camo. But it's like if my buddies that have like all of their like duck hunting waders, if
Mm-hmm.
that customer service is as good as what they say, it's going to be freaking awesome to have on this side, you know.
Oh
And if
yeah.
they're as good as those duck hunting waders with like stocking foot, dude, that's a game changer. I mean, I hate to sound stereotypical, but it is a game changer.
Yeah, I think that's one thing in the fly fishing industry. Like we're seeing more and more customers are willing to pay more for good customer support. Like
Yeah.
that's why I rock a lot of Winston rods, is because I can call up Winston and I know I'm probably going to get Luke on the phone and he's going to be like, "How's that Air 2 Max treating you?" Like he knows who is calling him. So I think if, like you said, if they can keep up the customers like support and service that they have on the hunting side for the fishing side, it's going to take them a really long ways.
Oh yeah, dude. Because like you see it now too. Like I'm not naming any companies or anything, but like that you're starting to lose that on companies that have like been around for a little bit, and then they're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, we got the customer first, customer first, customer first, and then it's like they blow up, and it's kind of like, yeah, our phone's ringing a little too much. We're not going to answer this one. But
Yeah,
it's like
there's
that's a lost kind of thing in this industry, slowly but surely.
that's I've been blessed enough to be able to own a lot of the different rod brands and reel brands and stuff like that, and that's what I look for now is a company that just has good customer support, good warranty. Like there's a lot of TFO rods on the wall back there. I'm not affiliated with TFO at all, but I believe like they have great customer service. If I blow that
Yeah.
rod up, I'm going to get it back. I can call their rep. I can call their sales manager. I can call whoever, answer whatever questions I might have. So it's companies like that that I think you're seeing in the industry today, like really taking a step forward, regardless of price tag too, which
Oh
is
yeah.
kind of interesting.
Very interesting, dude. Like I'm a big LL Bean guy, and it's the same way with them. Like I know it's a larger scale company, but I can call somebody up and they'd be like, "Yeah, you broke your rod. I'll have you another one next week. Just send the one that you have back, and we'll
Oh
ship
yeah.
you one." Not affiliated with LL Bean or anything. I just grew up in New England, and my mom's been dressing me in fucking LL Bean shit since I was like 5 years old. So it's like
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know they had fly rods, and now they're fucking awesome. But like all, dude, like that's the thing. Winston, like Tibor on the real side is the same way. It's like you can call somebody up, and it's probably gonna be four guys sitting in the shop, and they'll one of them's gonna answer and know exactly who you are.
Yeah, that's what you're paying for, and those are brands that really show that they care as far as their product. They aren't just
Yeah.
mass pumping out products and you know hoping they don't break. Like these people are putting out products and they stand behind them. If they do break, they're going to replace them. If you have questions, they're going to answer them. So
Yeah.
it's really cool to
So,
see some of those brands.
oh yeah, dude, and I'm hoping like some of the newer stuff, like the newer ones, can kind of follow some of those ones because it's like there's got to be another company here because it's like Scott's not new, but it's like that's kind of like the one right there behind um Winston, and it's like there's got to be another one that comes in that kind of like has that same model, you know.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, Scott's interesting. I'm excited to see what they're going to do now that
same here.
Sean Combs has left Orvis to go there. So I think we're going to see some pretty cool stuff out of Scott in the next
Yeah.
two-ish years.
Dude, I'm interested to see like what happens on the Orvis side of things now too, dude. Like, what's cool about it? I mean, I don't know if this is like their new what was it? They just released that new rod. Shoot, what's it called? Oh, the I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Is it the Recon?
Yes, the Recon, that one. I remember like the
Hmm.
old Recons were freaking battleships. The new one looks sick too. I want to know
Yeah.
because, like, you remember they switched the blanks on those rods like midway through. I wonder if they went back to an old blank or if Scott was like that was the last one that Scott was involved in.
Yeah, I'm really not sure.
I'm
The
not either.
rumor on the street that I've heard, and this is I don't know if it's true or not, is that the old Helios blank is what became the Recon blank for the
I
previous
heard that.
model. I don't know. I haven't casted the new model. I own one of the old Recons and I love it.
Yeah,
but we got quite the amount of comments on we made that post about Sean Combs leaving to go to Scott.
Yeah.
People were like, oh sweet, now Orvis rods are going to have hook keepers on them again. And yeah, there's a lot of funny ones in there. But
Dude, going through like y'all's social media sometimes, dude, it's the comments on it are so damn funny. There's some that
we
I was just like, dude, it's hysterical.
we spend quite a bit of, or I spend quite a bit of time reading through the like almost every comment that's on there, and it's really funny. Like especially now that we've kind of kicked on like doing the Flylords podcast more regularly.
Yeah,
There's
dude.
been a little bit of a kind of rage baity content that we've talked about on there, and yeah, there's been some really really interesting comments that people have said on those clips.
Dude, there was one I forget I forget who said it in this podcast this week, but he was like, dude, honestly, Colorado fishing sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but it's overrated.
Yeah,
It's like
that's
I kind of agree with him.
I think that missed a lot of people's like they missed the mark on what Jared was trying to say, and we were literally texting last night and on the phone this morning about him because there wasn't a lot, but there was a few people in the comments who got really pissed off about that. And if you watch through the whole clip, you would understand that that's not what Jared was saying. He was
Yeah,
just saying that
exactly.
like it's slightly overrated. It's not as great as people make it out to be. The fishing's not stupid easy. You're not throwing
Yeah.
size 10 dry flies and catching 25-inch fish. Like you're mostly throwing, smaller nymphs and stuff like that. And he made
Yeah.
a really good point. But again, people watch the first 10 seconds of the clip and then just fire off the nastiest comment they can think of.
Yeah, dude. It's like, have you ever read through? I don't know if you follow him, but it's like the huge fly fisherman guy, and he
Yep.
just rage. His whole thing, his whole brand is rage baiting people about like. He'll go on and be like, "Oh yeah, the one that I saw that freaking went crazy was the one where people were like, oh he said something about Charleston's fishery sucking, and dude, people tore him apart in the
Yeah,
comments,
I
tore him
think
apart.
Paul Puckett jumped in on that train. I saw him in the
He did.
comments throwing some
He
shots
did.
at him, and
Yeah,
yeah, it was pretty funny
it
reading through
was.
those comments. And I'm not the type of guy that like I don't get rage baited. I think pretty much everything's funny. I've watched
Same
that guy
here.
for years, and like he's taken shots at Boone, North Carolina, and they've been scary accurate. Like a
Yeah.
lot of them describe probably me or my friends to a T. The Charleston one, like he had some good points in there. I'll give it to him. And
Yeah.
again, like it's all jokes. People just need to realize that like it's not that serious. Like
Dude, people
th-
will take shit like that and just run with it though, man. Like they'll take it to
yeah,
heart. Like I remember, dude, it was like I think it was a Western North Carolina one. And he came out and said he was like, I know like what happened in Western North Carolina, but he still went on and did his thing and people were all up in arms, dude. He's like you're going at him. And it's like I understand, but it's like, dude, if you care that deeply about a fishery, like I understand, yeah, it's our backyard fishery, but it's like people react like someone just called them something to their face, and it's like, chill out. It's fish and a stream.
yeah.
Doesn't
And
impact your
honestly,
life
like
that bad.
I I'm game for him saying or whoever saying whatever they want about Western North Carolina. If it keeps it as the fishery that it is right now, then so be it. We don't need,
Yeah,
thousands of people from I'm glad like we live on the East Coast and people aren't migrating from the West Coast to the East Coast to come like to our trout streams.
exactly,
Um so it's kind of there's always the brighter side to every
exactly.
argument like that. So we
And
we
that's
call
that's kind of my thing.
we caught a lot of slack recently. I'm sure you saw. I wouldn't maybe not slack is the right word, but we definitely stirred up a lot of stuff. Jared had a pretty hot take on Euro nymphing,
I
and
agree
thought
with him
that
though.
he has very fair points and can back it up.
Yeah,
And if you watch the whole clip, then you understand like the point. You can see both sides to it, and that comment section turned into quite the brawl
Oh, dude,
between
it turned into a
people.
war zone. It turned into
Yeah,
a war zone, dude. And I'll be the first one to come out and say that I cannot stand Euro nymphing. And you know what? If it turns into a war zone in my comments, I don't care. I still hate Euro nymphing. Do I own a fucking 10-foot rod that's longer than my entire body? No. I was like, I'll go and throw a damn hopper dropper in on my 7'6" four weight
oh
and
yeah,
just do the same damn thing. Dude, yeah, that shit was funny. That's another thing that people get fired up about is the Euro nymphing deal. They get so pissed
yeah,
off about it. But
yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
a
dude, like it's got a time and a place. That's what I'll say about it. Is it has a time and a place. But is the place in my hands? No, it is not. I will
that's yeah.
you won't catch me dead Euro nymphing.
I can like I definitely can see both sides of that. And one thing that
Yeah.
like I truly believe makes a great angler is to be well rounded and to be able to know how to use the tools for the situation. And a
Yeah.
lot of times, like in Boone, when I was up there and some of the, faster moving water, Euro nymphing was the tool that caught me a lot of
Yeah.
fish. But I'm not the type of person that can just stick to one style of fishing. I always change it up. Like I might go through 3 months of just dry droppers, and then I might go through a
Yeah.
month of just streamer fishing. So
Yeah.
like I think the people that take one style of fly fishing and argue that it's the best style of fly fishing, like you're wrong no matter what. All fly
Exactly.
fishing's fun. Like just go
Exactly,
out there
dude.
and do something. I don't care. Like
That's my thing, dude. It's
Tenkara
like
fish if you want. I mean
exactly, dude.
I
Oh
won't
man.
be, but
Yeah, same here. I won't. Dude, people go nuts for that. People go freaking bananas for tenkara fishing. Like,
I, I've never gotten the appeal to it. I can
I
take one of
haven't
my
either.
7 foot rods and dangle it like that and call it Tenkara fishing. I mean,
You
I
could,
don't
I
know.
mean, shit. You could go out and you could go out, literally take the reel off your rod and tie some like 6X tippet to the point of the dang eye, and just sit there and do that, and you might as well be tenkara fishing. But
We did that in in Boone one time when they stocked. Walmart sold like 97-cent bamboo like rods, and
yeah,
we literally like jokingly, kind of as a meme, Tenkara fished for stalkers, and it was so much fun. We all broke our odds in like the first 5 minutes of being there,
yeah,
but it was hilarious. And again,
dude.
like it's not serious. Just go out there and have
No,
fun.
exactly, dude. It's like, yeah, I've always said that if you're having fun, why the fuck does it matter? If you were having fun, who gives a damn what anybody else says? It's like
Exactly.
somebody could tell me I'm stupid for dry dropper fishing all the damn time. People could tell me I'm stupid for throwing a damn patch of rubber legs under nothing. It's like, you know what? Am I having fun doing it? Hell yeah. I don't give a shit.
100%. I could not agree more. If you're
Yeah.
having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah. If you're outside and you're not like smoking crack or something on your couch, that's a plus.
There's a whole lot worse things to do than be outside fly
Exactly.
fishing. So it's all a plus in my
Yeah.
book.
But dude, off the topic, honestly, like my ADD just took over here. I had no idea you knew EI on Patterson.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. I think we were sitting at a Christmas party together, and he was like, "Yo, I saw you're on Ryan's podcast," and I was like, "How do you know him?" And he was like, "I forget that like Ian was into the whole bass fishing scene because
Yeah.
we kind of became like good friends after he got like out of the scene a little bit, and yeah, he was like, I was scrolling through Instagram and just saw you on there, and it was pretty cool. I've been trying to get him to get into the fly scene a little bit more, but
Dude,
we're
I've been
working on
trying
it.
to as well. He's such a good dude too. He'd
Oh,
be a good guy to get out there and fish with, dude.
100%.
Yeah.
Ian's one of my greatest friends. He's absolutely hilarious, and he knows the stuff when it comes to bass fishing or just
Oh
fishing
yeah.
in general. Like he is dialed in.
Oh yeah. Dude, he had that Camus, dude. That Camus was sick. I don't know. I wonder if he sold it yet.
I'm pretty
I know
sure.
he's selling it.
I think he did get rid of it like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about it, and he said that he had already sold it or something. But yeah, that was a sweet boat. I never got to go on it, and I
Dude,
give him
yeah.
hell for that all the time. But that was sweet.
We night fished one night, and it was the most brutal night of fishing, dude. It was rough, cold. I was in flip flops, and it was freezing. And we got over a green light, dude, and there was a giant in the green light. And I don't think either of us caught a fish the entire night. and we put it on the trailer and went home. But dude, he's just a cool ass dude. He know like
Yeah,
he's like his guns are awesome too. Dude, like he knows the shit about that, and like, dude,
yeah.
he's such a nice guy and
We
knowledgeable about literally everything.
yeah, he that's a lot of what we've been hanging out doing recently is shooting. We kind of our whole friend group got into competition shooting, so that's been like the weekend thing that we've all been doing. But yeah, he's a super stand-up guy, and
Oh
that
yeah,
was just crazy that small world he knew you, and
yeah.
yeah, it's
I'm happy
insane.
for the dude, man. It seems like he's got a really nice girlfriend now too.
Yeah, Lauren, she's super cool. Think we're trying to put together a camping trip here in like the next couple of weeks with all of us just to get together as like a friend group. And yeah, she's awesome. I'm stoked for him. So
Yeah,
she lets him go
awesome girl.
fish, lets him shoot guns. So that's all I care about. And
Hell
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, dude, that I had to bring that up before I forgot it, and it escaped my mind, that brain that's like that big. But dude, so like, what's your day to day kind of look like at Flylords?
um, so it kind of looks different every day. Social
Yeah.
media is ever evolving. It never stays the same. And there's kind of a lot of people don't know Flylords. I would say there's three main divisions within Flylords. So there's our organic channels, like our Instagram, our social medias, the website, the blog. There's our production side of things, which we shoot all of our series. Our videographers and photographers shoot all of our series, like Fly Shop Tour, Flavor on the Fly, stuff like that. They also shoot stuff for other brands. Like I think we just got done shooting a commercial for Mercury Outboards,
Oh
so
hell
we're
yeah.
always out. Sitka, we talked about earlier, kind of
Yeah.
shooting their brand launch anthem video. So the production house, we always joke like they're never home. They're all over the world shooting stuff. And then the third kind of division of the company is the agency side. So we help a lot of brands and companies with their marketing needs. So we actually run social medias for a few companies in the fly fishing space and in the outdoor space as a whole. So kind of how this relates back into my day to day. I wake up, kind of see what's on the calendar for the day, as far as what articles are coming out. I start off my day focused on the organic channels, like what are we posting today? What stories can I post? Can we post like some podcast clip cut downs? Can I post a meme? Like what can I fit in? And we try to keep it really relevant. So like stuff that's happening, the last couple
Yeah.
of days. We just posted, I believe it was yesterday or the day before. There's two anglers stuck in Dubai right now because
I
of the
saw
whole
that.
Iran thing. So like
Yeah.
I wake up, I see that story. One of our writers gets a blog up on it. I get the social post up for it. Plan the rest of the day's post out. Then from there, I go to the agency side. I have one account that's not directly related to fly fishing, but it's in the outdoor space, and I run their social media. So I kind of check in on that account, look through the DMs, respond to comments, make sure our posts are good to go there. And then occasionally I do write for the blog as well. So sometimes you'll see me helping out on gear reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah. I saw
So
you in one today. I think. Were you at the end of the one? How you guys test rods?
yeah, that was actually I didn't write that one. Our editor in chief Max and Chelsea did. I just got a social post up about it like an hour ago, and I was scrolling through there and I was like, that looks familiar. And then I realized it was me attempting to micro spay fish on the South Fork in Boone. But yeah, that's kind of the day to day. And again, it changes, but most of the time it's planning social media post out,
Yeah.
attending our meetings, and then going right into the agency side, talking with our clients, making sure they're happy, what we can do to, grow their brand, achieve their marketing goals, etc. So
Yeah,
no
dude.
2 days are the same.
Hell yeah. That's a good thing though, dude. It's like if shit was the same every day, it's like it sucks, It'd be terrible if you saw the same
Yeah.
thing every day. But like, dude, it's crazy. Dude. I've seen you writing a ton. I was like, damn, this man's freaking Edgar Allan Poe over here on Flylords.
Yeah, I never really was into writing that much until I got into Flylords, and if it's something that I'm passionate about, I can talk for hours, or I can write
Yeah,
about it for hours.
same here.
Something that I'm not, I'm probably going to stand in the corner somewhere and not speak a single word. But if it's about fly fishing or outdoor space, like, yeah, I'll write about it, I'll talk about it, whatever. So trying to get better on the whole writing side of things, but
Dude, yeah,
it's been
that's like a
fun.
situation there where it's like we all go places with like our significant others, and it's like I'll show up at like a party where I don't know many people with my girlfriend, and then I find one dude that likes to fish, and it's kind of like he's sitting in the fucking corner, and it's just like chop
Yep.
it up. It's like girlfriend's like, "Where have you been?" It's like, "I've been sitting in the corner talking to this dude about fishing."
Yeah,
It's-
I'm right there with you. If I can find one guy in the whole group that halfway fishes, him and I are going to be chatting the rest of the night. That's how it
yeah,
goes.
it's either like that or sports or something like that. So yeah, somebody literally fishing in sports. If I can't find anybody somewhere that doesn't like either of those things, I am screwed.
I'm
I am
out.
screwed.
Yep.
It's like, why
That's
am I
good.
here?
Yeah, that's gonna be a
I'll
no
go
for
find
me.
the dog at the party.
Yep, that's the safe bet. Find the animal and hang out with that for the rest of the night.
Yeah, dude. But shoot, I just had something in my brain. There we go. That's what I was talking about earlier. My short term memory. Um, shoot, yeah, dude. I know. Like, I had Kirk Marks on too, and he does a lot of that writing as well. Like on the culinary side, I was like, dang, I didn't even know they really had a culinary thing on
Yeah.
Fly Lords until I talked to him. That dude is cool as hell, man. He's got like he's got such cool like stories and stuff like that about doing like catch to cooks and stuff. I was like, that's just something interesting that like I don't get to
Hmm.
do enough of is like catch to cooks because like I'm not gonna eat a fucking trout out of the Watauga River.
Yeah, the Otaga wouldn't recommend it.
Nah.
But yeah, I wish I haven't been able to interact with him a whole lot. He's kind of one of our like riders that operates in between both Flylords and Split Reed. That's one thing I forgot to mention is Flylords has a sister company that does everything that I just described, but for the duck hunting space. So he operates on both Split Reed and Flylords blogs, writing, the whole duck hunting, and then recipes for waterfowl, and then for trout too. And yeah, he's wrote some really cool stuff. We did an angler story a couple months back of him catching pretty sweet bull red. That was
Yeah.
that was awesome. But
Dude's
yeah,
a dang hell of an angler too. Like big
yeah,
time. Hell of
that's
an angler.
one thing I didn't realize until I joined the Flylords team is that we have a group of some seriously fishy dudes. It's not
Yeah.
just guys that like occasionally fly fish and bring a camera with them. Like, these guys are out here getting after it. Max Erickson is he's kind of our director for, the videos and the shoots
Yeah.
and stuff. He gets after it big time. Him and I chat a lot about catching carp on the fly. He kind of has that same weird obsession with him as I do. So we
That's
talk a
got
lot, but
That's something I gotta catch that bug is catching carp on a fly, dude. Like I gotta catch that bug. I've heard it's so much damn fun.
it'll change everything. It'll break everything that you've ever thought about fly fishing, and you'll have a new obsession that it's all you think about. I'm not good at it whatsoever. I suck at catching carp on the fly, but that's what's so much fun about it is like I got to that point where almost every time I go out and probably catch a trout, And then carp fishing, it's like I got thrown right down a flight of stairs. Like you got to relearn everything you thought about when it comes to fly fishing. So
Damn,
it's fun. It's real fun.
dude. Yeah, that's. I think he's not with y'all anymore. But Joe was telling me about Max. He's like, dude, that's the fishiest dude I know. He's like, that is the fishiest dude I know.
Yeah, he gets after it. Like it's like when he's not filming, he is out fishing somewhere. Even when he is filming, like he just has such a, and I think he's a really big reason of why Flylords is able to like achieve the shots in some of the videos that they are, is because this guy thinks like a fish. Like he knows what that fish is gonna do. He knows where he needs to be with the camera. Um, and it's pretty crazy. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but the Mako film that we produced for F3T this year,
I saw the clip of it.
it blew my mind. I was like, I don't like this is movie grade material, and
Yeah,
we shot this, and it was insane. I remember when he sent the first like the day that shark aired out of the water, like 15
yeah,
feet. He sent the clip into our group chat, and we're all going like crazy. We're like, "How did you capture this?"
yeah.
And he just knew where to be at the right time with the camera. He understood it. It was pretty insane.
That was the wildest freaking clip I've ever seen, dude. That was the exact clip I saw. Was that shark coming out of the water? Dude, I think I showed it to my girlfriend, and she doesn't even really react to shit like that. She's like, "Oh, cool, like another fish video." She was like, "Oh my god." She's like, that is the most insane thing I've ever seen. I didn't even know sharks could get out of the water like that,
I had
dude.
no idea until I talked to Max. We are doing a like meet the team series where like we're highlighting a lot of people that work at Flylords, and I was talking to Max about it, and he said it was so interesting because every other series they film, like they are out hunting or chasing those fish. He said you're out in the middle of the ocean and that shark's hunting you. Like when they're tapping that PVC pipe on the front of the boat, like you're bringing the fish to you. You are the bait, and you're sitting there with a
Yeah,
camera. Like it's ridiculous that they're able to capture that. Yeah, it was kind of
dude.
roles reversed there. You're not the big
Yeah,
dog angler in that scenario. You're just the bait, and that was such a wild clip.
yeah, dude, unbelievable. But dude, the coast to coast thing with Four Corners was sick too, man. Like that
That
whole series that they did was unbelievable.
that honestly was probably one of my favorite series uh that I've been a part of, like during my time at Floodlords. It was just so cool, like learning about all the fish that are down there. Like,
Yeah,
you're fishing for sailfish and stuff, and then you're going up into the jungle to catch machaca, like eating grapefruit flies and stuff. Like that's just so crazy. And then to end it off like trying to fish for tarpon, it's insane.
yeah,
And putting that whole like together, that was a really big milestone for Flylords, like to work with a brand like Columbia, PFG, working with some of these bigger brands like Yeti during Tarpon Week this past summer. That was
yeah.
another crazy one with Andy Mill. But yeah, Coast to Coast was, it was fun from a social perspective too, because like a lot of those carousel posts I made, I got to doodle all over them, like with
Oh,
putting
it's sick.
monkeys and stuff. It was pretty cool. All the images looked great. The videos were awesome. Yeah, it. I'm kind of jealous I wasn't there, but it was
Dude,
a
yeah.
really cool series.
I was talking to Chuck from Four Corners while I was in Charleston, and yeah, dude, he was like, dude, that whole crew is unbelievable, dude. That whole thing is awesome. I've watched it like multiple times, and
Yeah, it's
dude, it's just super cool.
that's
Like
just such a
how they caught like the videos of the birds like swooping down and shit. I'm like, damn, dude, like this is just such a well put together like film.
yeah. It's like really cool because you get to like we talked about this prior to filming it. Like we sit down and we figure out like what the shots are going to look like, what like piecing together this journey on film, what it looks like, down to like what the actual sounds of like the clips look like. And I was tasked with finding a whole bunch of like videos on Instagram and social media of like Costa Rica, what I thought looked cool, like what performed well, present it to the production team. And they did a really good job of like capturing the raw sound of Costa Rica, like the birds and all the animals and stuff down there is just so sick. And I really want to go down there now.
Dude, yeah, I was sitting there watching that. I was like, dude, I want to go to Costa Rica. It's like, what are these flight prices?
Yeah, I think I actually spoke to Chuck a little bit during like the series, and he's like, "Yeah, man, you got to get down here." I'm like, "Don't tempt me, because I will." Like,
yeah, it's like I'll drain my savings to get down there
yeah,
right now. If I was,
yeah, I'll put it
if
all
I have
on
no
black.
self-control. Yeah, exactly.
And I will
throw
be
it
down
all on
there.
black.
Yeah,
Hold on.
but
Let me make
yeah.
the riskiest decision of my life and throw my entire savings account on black to see if I can double my money to go down to Costa Rica.
Yeah, that is like overall one thing that's really cool. Like that I don't think any other media company can really say is the fact that like Flylords travel so much to these really cool
Yeah.
locations. Jared, the founder and CEO of Flylords, went to the Amazon recently, and we just did like kind of a micro series, and he's fishing for these Temensis peacock bass, and they go like I forgot how many miles up this like river that hasn't been fished in like 200 years and stuff. Like these fish, like that's the first time they most likely had ever seen a fly thrown at them or another human like in their lifetime. And it's crazy. I think he had to take 5 different flights, like prop planes, and then take a boat up this river and take another boat. Like it's insane the like journeys these people go on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Dude, that's wild. That's one place I have wanted to go was like Brazil or something like that and go catch those big like fire red peacocks.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
unbelievable.
that's up there on my bucket list now. His goal was a 20-pounder, and he caught one that weighed in a little over 20. And he said it was like insane. It's
Dude, yeah.
so cool.
I had a dude from Brazil on I think like this time last year. And dude, he was telling me, he's like, the peacock bass here, he's like, the ones in Brazil, like the real, like legit peacock bass, are like make the ones in Miami and like South Florida, like they put them to shame. It's insane.
Yeah.
But
I've caught the ones in like South Florida, and they were under highway bypasses, and the ones I caught were all like 3 pounds, and they fought really hard, but I know they can't fight anywhere near as hard as one that lives in the Amazon. Like, that's a real peacock bass right there.
Yeah, dude. It's wild there. It's wild though going down there and fishing for them in South Florida, dude. Like I went down to Homestead one year and dude, like in those little like back canals, it's like you pull in there and like this is the only way I can describe it, but it's like it almost looks like you took like a little village in Mexico and kind of put it in the like middle of Homestead and like the Everglades. It's called like Florida City, I think. It's like called Florida City, Florida. And dude, like there's a whole farm stand around there. People riding around on 4-wheelers in the street, dude. It's like I passed over into like a different dimension for a little bit. It was kind of cool. I was like, dude, this is unbelievable. I was like, this farm stand had a gas key lime pie smoothie. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna hop in here, and then it's like I drove down the road a little bit, parked on the side of the road. I hopped out of my truck, and in this little canal was like 4 peacocks and 2 snook just cruising through a little canal. And I was like, dude, what the hell is a snook doing this far inland? And it was one of those landlocked like ditch snook. I was like, this is unbelievable. And the kid next to me freaking caught one on like a redworm. I was like, on a bobber and a redworm, he caught a snook that was surrounded by like 4 peacock bass, and they're like Mayan cichlids following them. I was like, dude, these fish are just these peacocks, those peacocks and stuff like that live in the weirdest friggin' areas down there.
Oh yeah, they're like places you would never guess to catch a fish. That's where they're at. It's so strange, but kind of cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. It's just like very different. But dude, so like this is kind of one of those things. It's like how has working in fly fishing media kind of like changed your perspective on the sport?
Yeah, that's a really great question. It definitely broadens what you think is possible within the fly fishing
Yeah,
industry. Coming from a very like I got into it in a very traditional way of like trout fishing, fly shop, guiding, but there's so much more to this industry, or just outside of trout, like we just talked about, going to
yeah,
the Amazon to catch peacock bass, or going to like Germany to catch brown trout, or going like all over the place catch like carp fishing, Alaska. Like there's so many cool trips, so many cool experiences, so many methods of fly fishing that I didn't even like know existed until
yeah,
I started working with Flylords. It really opens your eyes to like I feel like we have a very narrow experience or view on what fly fishing is like in
yeah,
just the US or just East Coast, but there's so much more you can do. There's like even the fly tying, there's so many crazy things that I've seen now working in the media side, and it's so like that's one aspect of it, is that you realize how much stuff you want to go out and try now, how many new
yeah,
things you want to do. Um, the other aspect of it is like seeing behind the scenes a lot of like what companies do, like the decisions they make, the products they're putting out. Like that's really cool getting to be a part of that, like either filming it, helping them kind of R&D stuff, testing, taking pictures. That's been really interesting to see how brands think. Like a lot of brands, you kind of alluded to it earlier, is like you think these brands are thousands of people working in a company.
yeah,
And most of the time it's like 30 people and you would never guess it. So like that's been a really cool, is to just learn more about the companies that, we work with, or the companies in the fly fishing space. Obviously, I was on the consumer side of things for most of my very young fly fishing career, but now kind of peeking behind the curtain, that's been really, really fun.
yeah. I bet, dude. You really one I forgot to mention. I had the craziest phone call. I was asking somebody from Hairline to come on here. They got 3 people working in that shop. Yeah,
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like you would never guess that, like these brands that like from a consumer, we think they're such giants and that like they're
yeah,
untouchable, and like you would never have a chance to interact with them. Like they're regular dudes, they're regular people that fly fish. They are not some massive corporation that like we pin them out to be. They're just
yeah,
average people that enjoy fly fishing and want to put out products.
yeah,
It's I think the biggest one for me, like this was probably one of my coolest experiences working for Flylords, was I think it was about 6 months into when I started. Like I got through my internship and I started like kind of working full time while in college. And at the time, Mayfly was one of our agency partners. So Abel, Ross,
yeah.
Dinah King, Renzetti, now Airlight, Airflow. Um, and they assigned me the Able to run the Able Instagrams.
Oh,
And
sweet, dude.
they were at first kind of hesitant letting a 21-year-old college kid run the Instagram for a very heritage, kind of high end brand. But it was so cool to like see how those reels are made, like
Yeah,
the time that goes into them, the customizing them, stuff like that. You'd never fully understand as a customer unless you like worked with them in some capacity. And it's ridiculous. The one story, I don't think I told you this, but it was right pretty much, it was like I think a month or two like after I started like running the Able socials, and they they came to me and they're like, dude, we have something really big coming that we need you to be ready for in 2 weeks, but we can't tell you what it is. And I'm like, okay, like why can't you tell me what it is? And they're like, you'll know in 2 weeks or whatever. And I wait the 2 weeks, and the CEO of Mayfly is on the call and he's like, "We're doing a collaboration with Drake," and
Yeah.
I was like, "Drake who?" Like, and then he goes, "The rapper," and I was like, "What? We're doing a collaboration with Drake, the rapper?" And so that was really cool to see. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people liked it. I thought it was cool, like working with
Dude, yeah, that's
Nike and
badass.
Drake. Like that's something that like is a huge milestone for the fly fishing community. Like to
Yeah.
work with brands that are that big, like Nike, you know,
Yeah.
not Drake's clothing brand. That was probably one of the cooler moments that I've got to be a part of. Was a collaboration like that.
Yeah. Dude, I remember the whole like rollout thing that they did, and then like they got the Drake magazine. It was
Mm-hmm.
on the cover of the Drake magazine, and they rolled it out in New York. And dude, like the Knock the Able reels, dude. Honestly, like, yeah, the Drake magazine got a bunch of backlash on that, but it's like, dude, it's another one of those things like we were talking about earlier. It's like, who cares, dude? Like, that should be huge for the sport of fly fishing to have somebody that big and influential as Drake to want to
Yeah,
put out a whole line of
and
stuff.
like the Drake magazine, like they caught some backlash. Abel, it wasn't backlash. It was honestly like there was people being just straight up racist in the
Yeah,
comments, and at that point, like I turned the comments off the video or off that like post. Told like Mayfly, I'm like, yo, I turned the comments off. Like people are getting wild on here. Like this isn't
yeah,
backlash. This is just people being like straight up crazy in the post. But a lot of people thought it was so cool, and I was
yeah.
one of those people. Like Drake standing there. I think I have the magazine somewhere. Like I went out and bought the magazine. I was like, dude, I gotta have this like as a moment to remember of this. Him standing in the river and like I think it was his best friend that he grew up with, like had ties to fly fishing and like that's kind of how this whole thing started. And you're right, they did it in New York. They set up like a casting pond with like games in it and like hitting hula hoops in there
Yeah.
and had like a big kind of launch party, and it was that whole thing was just super cool, and it came out of left field. Like I had no warning about it because they legally couldn't tell me that it was happening until it was happening. um but yeah, that was a pretty big moment, I think, for the fly fishing industry, and I'm sure like it probably got quite a few people that never thought about
Yeah.
fly fishing to start thinking like, hey, this looks like fun, maybe I should do it. So
Dude, I don't know if you remember this, dude, but like you remember I think it was like Lil Yachty had an album back in the day where he was like sitting in a boat and he was in a pair of waders. Do you
mm-hmm.
remember when Frog Togs did the giveaway for the waders?
I feel like I do, and that's a
They were
really
signed by Lil Yachty.
that's a really big thing. Is like I, from a marketing perspective, enjoy seeing companies like within the fly fish industry like do these collaborations or like you know get on the train of a trend or something.
Yeah,
Columbia PFG, like them working with Paul Puckett, like
yeah,
anywhere from Paul Puckett to Luke Combs to whoever else they're working with. Like it's so cool to see these brands like in the outdoor space working with what I would deem as celebrities. So
yeah.
that was a cool one. I do remember that now, and that's yeah, that was
I
pretty
was
funny.
I remember at the time I was like, dude, I was like, this is the least like that this is a I don't I'm trying to figure out the word I was trying to say there. What the hell am I doing? That's like the least I don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now. I'm trying to figure out a word. I didn't see that collab coming at all.
Hmm.
Like Frog Togs, Fly Fishing Waders, and Lil Yachty. I was like, it was
Yeah.
that same album, and it had that Minnesota song on it. And I loved that song.
Yep.
I bumped the hell out of that song.
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, damn, dude, like no, Frog Togs is giving away those waders signed by Lil Yachty. I was like, that's pretty sweet.
That yeah. That was a pretty cool little collaboration there.
But like, I wish companies would do more like that because like there are so many people aside from like Drake and stuff like that that do fly fish. Like, I think you guys did a story on them. Charlie Blackmon from the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah,
He
I
was a
think
big
so.
fly fisherman, and I actually tried to get him on the podcast because I was a huge Charlie Blackmon fan when I was a kid, and I never got through to the Colorado Rockies organization because he's now a hitting coach for the Rockies. Never got through to him, but at some point I will. But dude, yeah, like Charlie Blackmon, like that could be something where like a collab for reels. Like Henry Winkler's another one, like Coach Cotton from Waterboy.
Oh
That's
yeah.
another one where like a Waterboy reel would be cool. But like I would love to see more collabs like that.
I think so too. One series I forgot to mention earlier was music and fly fishing. We brought on Colby Acuff. That was
Dude, I love that. I
probably
love that dude's music.
that like yeah, we bumped If I Were the Devil in the fly shop that I worked at like all the time. That video, if you haven't watched it, like the end of it where he's sitting there like on the side of the mountain and sings If I Were the Devil, like it was the most cinematic thing I've ever seen. And like seeing somebody like that like don't get me wrong, he is an angler. Like he
Yeah,
was a guide, he can fish, he has his own series now, but seeing like a bigger name like that, kind of shouting out fly fishing is so
yeah,
cool.
it's huge.
It's huge for the industry. It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah, and he's now starting to blow up pretty big now too. Because it's like I know some other people that are doing like his show that he does, the Fin and Feather,
Mm-hmm.
and dude, like he's starting to get big,
Oh
and
yeah.
dude, yeah, that's a big one right there. Yeah, dude, that's two things too. Music and fly fishing, like they just go hand in hand. Like I'm a big
Oh
deadhead.
yeah. Yeah,
That's all I listen to.
yeah. I listen to everything. When we get to
Yeah, that's a big thing.
the 5 additions to the Trout Tune playlist at the end of this, you're
Yeah,
gonna see my selection is pretty diverse.
I like it.
What?
I like it, dude. I
Yeah.
think I have a little bit of I might not have even finished my five, so I'll get to that later. But I think mine, I did like three, and they were all diverse.
Nice.
Let's see, dude. I think we actually like legit covered every single thing on this on this without even asking questions.
Heck yeah.
But dude, so like, what's next for you and what's next for you guys and you and Flylords kind of like in 2026 and beyond, maybe?
I think it's just continuing to evolve as, a company. The kind of motto of Flylords is inspire anglers to protect the water that we love. That's a really huge thing. We pride ourselves in conservation work. Like we try to help out however we can. Recently, Captains for Clean Water, that whole
Yeah.
spill that went down, that was really pushing to, get a lot of stuff up about that
Oh
because of
yeah.
Florida. And, I think going into 2026, like more conservation stuff, how can we use our platform that like has now grown so big to help these people, help these organizations, um, kind of continue to push to protect the waters that they love. Like that's a really big goal of mine. As well as education. I really want to we're diving more into a lot of how to's, educational content, tips and tricks, stuff like that. So I'm really excited for that in 2026.
Hell yeah.
We we have Fly Shop Tour coming out again, another season that
Nice.
I can't talk a whole lot about, but I think that one's going to be pretty sick, as well as the other couple other series that we're keeping under wraps that I'm really really excited for. So I think it's going to be a pretty big year for
Hell yeah.
Flylords.
Hell yeah, dude. I like to hear that. Yeah, that was pretty big down there in Florida with Captains for Clean Water. That's a big W.
Yeah, it again like the whole 239. Obviously, last time I was on here was
Yeah.
with them, so like
Nikki and
that's their
Jimbo.
back. Yeah, that's their backwater. And Kevin Granger, one of our guides down there in Shop Rats, you can see him in a lot of the pictures. Like he's
Yeah, dude.
very big in Captains for Clean Water. He was up there fighting for it. Like it got serious. There's
He was the one yelling at that person too, wasn't he? Like pointing at him.
no,
Nah.
that was somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head who that was, but Kevin, he's very like soft spoken. He's a very chill
Yeah.
guy, but he believes in like protecting the water that he loves, and he was there fighting for it. 239 was supporting it. All the guides down there were driving up from all the way from the Keys to wherever to go fight for this, and that wasn't just a Florida thing. That was an attack on free speech,
Oh,
and like
100%.
that's what got all these anglers fired up and calling their senators or calling their representatives and getting involved, like saying, "Hey, no, we're opposed to this bill," and it got a lot of people fired up. Like that, the whole public lands thing that has been
Yeah.
on and off for the last year, that's fired a lot of people up. So it's cool to see the anglers really like taking charge, and the hunters, like just
Yeah.
outdoorsmen in general, like standing up and putting a stop to this stuff is crazy. Like it's insane, and I love it.
You you want to make a trip to Raleigh to give them a piece of our mind about all the private water and the Watauga River and in Boone?
It's
Drive up there one day.
it's funny you say that because it's I was going to attend quite a few of the hearings that they had up there in Boone, and it's a fine line that I sat on because the shop that I worked at, we had a lot of customers that came in that lived in the private waters,
Yeah.
and then we had a lot of customers that didn't, and so it's hard. It's like you don't want to piss a lot of people off, but I also don't
Yeah.
think I think a lot of the private water laws up there are really stupid as far as like the navigation side of it, what's navigable, what's not navigable, and all this really, really dumb stuff. But like, yeah, if there's a fight that I can help get involved with and it's something I can get behind, I'm there. I'm ready to throw
Yeah.
haymakers for it. Like
Oh yeah.
that's what we should do as anglers, is stand up.
Dude, I think the craziest thing about all that private water stuff is, yeah, like the concept of private water, I mean, is crazy, but it's like the tripwire that people are starting to put in the rivers is
That
ridiculous.
yeah, that
Somebody's going to get
stuff.
hurt. It's going to take somebody getting hurt and somebody hanging a lawsuit on someone's head.
I mean, it's ridiculous the amount, and it's the people that aren't fully educated on the laws of the waterways and navigability, whatever, and that they think they're so right when they're
Yeah.
not. There's like a river we were just talking about before this podcast started. I've had shots fired at me, like directly at me over my head on that river, even though I was standing in public water.
Yeah.
And with those type of people, you cannot argue with them.
Yeah. You're never
They got a
winning.
gun at you. So like, you're never going to win against those sort of people, but you take your wins where you can get them and keep advocating for it, calling your representatives, showing up to those meetings, get involved with your Trout Unlimited chapters. Most of them are aware of the problems that are going on. Your river keepers,
Oh, yeah.
that's a big one right there. And yeah, just keep fighting for what you believe in. If you get enough voices behind it, you'll make a big difference.
Hell yeah. All right, now we're getting to the 5 songs for the playlist.
Let's go.
Let's see what we got. I need to see if I finished mine fully. I think I may have not, which is upsetting. That dude, I ended up getting busy as piss at work today, so I didn't get to sit down.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. My Slack has been blowing up during this interview, but
Oh shit, my bad, dude.
no, you're all good. I told them that I would be on the podcast, so we're chilling.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, I
dude. I
forgot.
appreciate the follow on the Rise Flies Instagram.
Dude, I thought I did it the first time, and
You're all
and
good.
I was like, dude, I gotta check this out because I was telling Jared about the podcast, and I was like, I'm going on this. Chris Holcomb, you had him on like a
Yeah,
couple months ago. He
yeah.
now works for Flylords, or for Fiska as a whole, and I was like telling Jared, I was like, Chris was on this podcast. I've been on it once, going on it again. And I was like, how do we not follow Rise Flies on the Flylords account? So had to throw you a quick little follow.
Hell yeah, boy. I appreciate it. All right, I got
Yes,
my
sir.
5. You want me to do my 5 first? It is very diverse this week.
Let's Let's go. Let me hear it.
I got Learning to Fly, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Oh, yeah.
Patty Cake, Kodak Black.
Banger.
That is a banger, dude. I was
Banger.
sitting there. I heard that song. I was like, you know what? I was like, this song just puts you in a good mood. I like that background beat of that song.
Yeah, that's a good throwback song, too. That gives me, like, 2016 vibes or something
Yeah,
whenever that
dude.
song came out.
Legit, dude. That what album was that on? Hold on. This might play out.
I can think
Let's see.
I can think of the album cover right now.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty sure
orange.
it's the orange
Painting Pictures.
Yep.
That's the one. Dude, yeah, what an album. Dude, that album had like 5 or 6 bangers on it.
That was a
And
banging album.
oh yeah. Let's see. Oh damn. I just got a text from one of my buddies. That's big. Let's see. Oh shit. I got out of my playlist because I had to see what that. All right, Patty Cake, Kodak Black. That was my second. So before we hopped on here, my dog and I were riding around in the Tahoe with the windows down, listening to my yacht rock playlist. I had to listen to the music by the Doobie Brothers on there.
Oh, dude, that is a heater.
It is a heater, dude. The freaking dude. It's it's been like 80 degrees here. I'm like, dude. I was like, it's gonna be a vicious night to be a cold beer this evening if my girlfriend wants me to go out and grill cheeseburgers like she said she wanted me to. I was like, I'm about to have like a 6-pack evening by the grill.
Oh yeah, that's a solid way to celebrate it being 81 degrees outside right now.
Hell yeah, dude. My fourth one is Tuesday's Gone by Lynyrd Skynyrd.
It's funny you say that. I almost put that song over a post that I made on Flylords yesterday. It was like recommended under the audio, and I was like, dude, that would be a banger.
Dude, you know what I've been doing a bunch recently? I've been putting do YouTube shorts. Dude,
Oh yeah.
Those are lucrative. And I've just now been realizing it. I'm like, damn, I should have been doing this the whole time.
Yeah, YouTube Shorts is another platform that we kind of use it as just organic. Like we post just Flylord stuff on there. And yeah, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of videos that pop off. Some of the coast to coast ones did really well on YouTube Shorts.
Dude, I've been realizing right now that that any Bad Bunny song is a cheat code on YouTube Shorts right now.
Yeah.
But my last one was Truckin' by the Grateful Dead. I'm so surprised I didn't have that one on there.
Truckin', I gotta add that.
Oh. Let's see. And then I still gotta send you this playlist as well.
Dude, yeah, let me get that playlist. I gotta start.
Yeah, I'll get it. But I'll shoot it over to you. What are the ones that you have?
All right, I guess I'll start from the top here. This is one I found a couple weeks ago that I've been bumping. It's called "The Bartender" by the Steel Drivers.
Great song.
Pretty good song. Yeah, I hadn't heard it before, and it's pretty solid song. Number 2, we're gonna go into divorced dad rock era with Kryptonite by 3 Doors Down. That one's been bumped on the boat quite a bit recently.
Damn, that is a fantastic. I forget about that song occasionally.
Yeah, it's like it seems like it's made a little bit of a like resurgence on social media recently. I've started to see more of it.
Divorced dad rock is making a complete comeback, dude. I think we're entering a divorced dad rock summer, honestly.
Yeah, I think all the people our age are now getting to the age where we're not like 18 and we're evolving and we're starting to feel old, and now we're listening to divorced dad rock. So
hell yeah,
that's the evolution of things. Let's see, number 3. Oh, this is a good one. Down to the Waterline, Dire Straits.
Oof.
I dabble in some Dire Straits for sure.
I do
That's
too.
That's a good song. The next 2, completely different vibe swap, but they're bangers.
Let's see what we got.
Next one, In Your Area by Tribal Seeds. Slightly Stupid is also on that song. Tribal Seeds, dude. If you have not listened to Tribal Seeds, you got to get on the wave. They are,
I will get on this wave.
Tribal
Tribal
Seeds
Seeds.
It's where it's at. Like, that's a perfect beach song right there. And final one, this is my favorite for when we're running in the boat. Ganja Smuggling by Eka Mouse. That's another good song. Again, another great boat song there.
I'm gonna have to get on that one. But dude, fantastic 5 songs right there, brother.
Thank you.
Two that I don't know yet. I like that. I like the diversity. But dude, thank you so much for coming on. You got any last thanks or plugs you want to give?
I just thank you for having me on. I feel honored to be invited back for a second time, and it was great to kind of shine a little bit more light on what I get to do and what Flylords is trying to do, and the industry as a whole. It's exciting.
Man.
So
we got to get up to the damn river here soon,
dude. Yeah, that's step number 2. We're going fishing next. We've done 2 podcasts and we haven't fished together. We got to get with the water,
dude. We've both been busy as shit.
It's been a busy 6 months, but yeah, we got to go. Yeah, we got to get up there into Boone and go fish.
Hell yeah, dude. But thanks again, man. I'm gonna click stop to get these to what's it called? Upload. What's up, guys? That was our episode with Tripp Nazziola. Super cool episode. Talked about a bunch of different subjects, different talking points and stuff like that. But super cool dude. Always a good time having him on. And if you guys have not got your Red Spot Roundup cards for the upcoming Red Spot Roundup tournament with Afterwork Fish Club, starting up in April, go ahead and get them. Afterworkfishclub.com. I will also post that link in the show notes, and go ahead and get them. Awesome crowd. Goes for a awesome cause, and supporting the Ronald McDonald House of Charleston. So go and pick them up. Super cool tournament that he has going on there. Mr. Sean, one of my good buddies. So go and pick up your card and go and catch some reds, man. Some awesome prizes coming in that tournament. And but just go and check it out. If you don't know what the Red Spot Roundup is, I will have Sean on sometime in the near future to do another episode about part 3 of the Red Spot Roundup. So that's all I got for you guys this week. See y'all Tuesday. We got some awesome episodes coming up. I mean, the month of March is going to be a rather large one. So y'all have a good one. Go and catch some fish this weekend. It's 80 degrees here in North Carolina. I'm about to sign off here and go drink me a cold beer and edit this thing up. So y'all have a great weekend. Drink responsibly if you do. And see y'all Tuesday.